There are few comic book characters as iconic or as complicated as Wolverine. It's a mutant with unbreakable claws, a healing factor that's hard to comprehend, and more than a few skeletons in his closet, literally and figuratively. But if you've ever wondered how old is Wolverine, or has he ever truly died for good, well, prepare yourself, because the answers are both fascinating and messy. First, the age question. On the surface, Wolverine, also known as Logan, doesn't look a day over 40. Grizzled, tough, maybe a few gray hairs, but not old. The reality, though, is wild for both casual fans and diehards alike. Logan was born James Hallett in late 19th century Canada. The comics place his birth somewhere in the 1880s, though sometimes as far back as the 1860s, depending on which retelling you're following. That means by the modern era, let's say 2024, Logan is around 140 to 160 years old. And yet, thanks to his mutant healing factor, he's stuck in that perpetual, ruggedly mature stage. Through all that time, Logan's seen and survived nearly everything. The wild frontiers of Canada. Both World Wars, Black Ops missions, the Weapon X program where he got his infamous adamantium skeleton, and countless adventures with the X-Men, Avengers, and a truly head-spinning list of others. His body heals from almost any wound, sickness, or even outright annihilation, which lets him clock up those years. So when people ask how old Wolverine is, the best answer is well over 100, and possibly 150, depending on the story. But immortality in comics is always a slippery thing, and that brings us to the next question. Has Wolverine ever died permanently? Death in superhero comics tends to be more like a revolving door than a brick wall, and Wolverine is no exception. Over the years, he's faced what looked like certain death dozens of times. If we're talking about actual, meaningful, he's gone from the comics for a while. Moments, there are a few that stand out. Arguably the most well-known came in 2014's Death of Wolverine storyline. By this point, Logan's healing factor had been neutralized by a scientist known as Dr. Day. Cornelius, yes, the same figure who originally turned him into Weapon X without his regeneration. Logan was left vulnerable, and in the finale, after destroying Cornelius' experiment, he was doused in liquid adamantium, encasing him in an unbreakable metal prison. For a moment, Wolverine finally died, slowly, painfully, surrounded by the consequences of his violent past. For years, Logan was absent from Marvel's main continuity. Other characters took up the mantle. Old Man Logan, time-traveling alternate versions, clones like X-23. But the original Logan was gone. But, of course, death is never permanent in comics. In 2017, 3 years after his apparent demise, Marvel brought him back in Marvel Legacy. It was revealed that his body had not decayed or decomposed inside the adamantium casing. And after some comic book science involving the mysterious Phoenix Force, he was alive again, popping his claws and ready for more action. So, has he ever died permanently? The answer is, not yet. Every time death closes in, some cosmic event, time travel mishap, or sheer popularity with fans brings Logan back. The only exception is in alternate universes, like the Old Man Logan timeline, where different rules apply, and death is sometimes more lasting. Even then, Marvel has shown again and again that anyone can return if the story demands it. For Wolverine, death is a detour, not a destination. Today, Wolverine is still around, still slashing, still the same snarky, fiercely loyal character people fell in love with decades ago. His exact age is blurred by retcons and reboots, but the soul of the character remains. The eternal outsider, battling inner demons in a world that's always changing. So the next time you see Wolverine leap into the fray, remember he's not just one of the oldest living X-Men. It's a living piece of comic history who's defied death more often than almost anyone else. And as long as people care, it's unlikely he'll ever truly die.